Welcome Millhouse family. I'm going to take you through this week's meal. This week we are doing a farro and roasted butternut squash risotto with Parmesan cheese. And then we are doing shaved Brussels sprouts with bacon, roasted apples, and nuts. Let's get started. To get started for our farro risotto tonight, I've got a pan heating up over medium heat. I'm going to add my cream and water to the pan. And then I'll add the farro. And I'm going to add the squash. We're gonna let that start to simmer. It'll thicken up a little bit. We'll add a little salt and pepper. We'll come back and check on it here in just a minute. This has been simmering or coming up to a simmer now for just a couple minutes. We're going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. We'll give that a stir. We'll give it a taste as well. It tastes good. So that's good. That's a good amount of salt and pepper. We're gonna let that simmer for just a little bit longer to thicken up more. And we'll finish it with our cheese and we'll get it plated. This has been simmering a moment longer. We're starting to see the bottom of the pan come clean. So that's a sign that we are done. So we will go ahead and turn the heat off. We'll add our Parmesan cheese in and start to mix that up. And then we will go ahead and get this plated up. All right, our risotto is nice and creamy. The cheese is mixed in. We're gonna get that into our bowl. We have some chives to go over the top. There we have our farro risotto with roasted butternut squash, Parmesan, and chives. To get started for our Brussels sprouts, we're gonna add the bacon in first. I have a large nonstick pan. Having a bigger surface is gonna help the Brussels sprouts so they don't steam when we are cooking them. So that will make them a little more delicious. So we're gonna let this bacon start to cook a little bit. This is over medium-high heat. We want that just to start to sizzle a little bit, and then we'll add some of the rest of the ingredients. Okay, our bacon's been cooking for just a minute or two now. We're starting to get some sizzling. We've seen a little bit of the fat release. That's a good sign that we are ready to add our apples. We want those to warm up just a little bit. And glaze the pan nicely. And then we're gonna add our Brussels sprouts. The Brussels sprouts have been blanched already in boiling water, so they already are partially cooked. They don't need a lot of cooking. I'm gonna add just a touch of salt and pepper. They basically just need to warm up. And by having a wider pan, they can heat up a little bit faster without getting too steamed. We don't want them to get mushy. I'll keep that nice color. Okay, we're gonna let that sit. We'll let that cook for just a minute or two. We'll come back and taste it, and then we'll get it plated up. Okay, these have been sauteing for a minute. We're gonna give it a quick toss. They're giving us some steam, which is a great sign. Give it a quick taste. Just a touch more salt. You can add to your preference. Okay, these are hot. So we'll go ahead and get these plated up. All right, we'll get our Brussels plated up. We've got these in our bowl. Beautiful color. And then we're just gonna add a little bit of our toasted nuts around. And we are all set with our Brussels sprouts with glazed apples, bacon, and toasted nuts.